So for us to cut this straight bustier, there are some measurements that we need, and these are the measurements we need. The back measurement is 14 divided by 2, that is 7. The bust measurement is 36 divided by 4, and the slim waist is 30 divided by 4. Nipple to nipple is 7.5. Shoulder to nipple is 9.5, and the under bust is 13. Sorry, this shoulder to nipple is 10. Shoulder to nipple is 10. So for us to cut this lot, is an off shoulder bustier blouse, but we are cutting the bustier alone for now. So for us to cut it, the first thing we need to do is to measure our back. Is off shoulder. We'll be using 4.5 for the neck, since it's off shoulder. If you remember in the previous video I did, I said that the client does, if your off shoulder determine on how your clients want their cloth to off. Some don't like their cloth to be too off. If they don't want it to be too off, they just want normal off shoulder. 4.5 is okay. You can use 4 inches or use 4.5 for the neck, so that it will not be too off. So what I mean by shoulder to nipple, this is what I mean. You can get someone to take your measurements for you. This is what I mean. You place your nipple on the shoulder like this, and then put it on the nipple. That is the shoulder to nipple measurement. These are under bust. You can get someone to take the measurements for you, so your measurements can be accurate. That is under bust. And this is nipple to nipple. This is nipple to nipple here. Most especially at times, for those that we take nipple to nipple, they need to take it accurately, so that the measurement will not be too small or it will be too big for the blouse, so that by the time we finish sewing the bustier, it will not be pointing like pencil. So that is that. Now we want to cut the fabric. Here we'll be shaping it for the shaping of the back, so that this is ready, this edge is rough. So the 4.5 I told you about for the neck is neck measurements 4.5. 4.5. That's what I'll be using for this client. 4.5. That is it. So that is for the neck. But there is something we need to take in this place. And the very first thing that we need to take is to divide this our nipple to nipple measurement into 2. That is 7.5 divided by 2. 7.5 divided by 2 is going to give us 3 3/4. So we add 1/4 inches for the same allowance for the same. So that is what we are going to measure out now, making it 4 inches. So 4 inches is what we measure out here now for the nipple to nipple. Remember, we've added 1/2 inches to it. So nipple to nipple, measure it 4 inches. Please always measure your client. Don't use my measurement though. I only use it. You should measure your client, so you will know the proper measurement to take. So this is the 4 inches. Now the next thing we need to do, I already told you that we are using 4.5 for the neck. So you are going to remove the 4.5 up. Since it's off shoulder, you remove the 4.5, you remove it up, and measure the armhole. The armhole we'll be using for this person, since our bust is 36, we'll be using armhole of 7.5. Is off shoulder, so the armhole does not need to be too long. 4.5, that's for the armhole. You draw it so you can understand properly. The next thing, you still place your nipple on the 4.5 and measure shoulder to nipple. You measure shoulder to nipple. That's what I shoulder to nipple. This is for this person is 10. So shoulder to nipple is 10. You rule it out again using your ruler so that it can be straight. This particular measurement needs to be straight. So the next thing, you still take off the 4.5 and measure under bust. Under bust is 13, half length is 15. Under bust is 13, half length is 15. So you rule it out. You rule it out. This is our armhole measurement. This is shoulder to nipple. This under bust. This is slim waist. I hope it is clear. So now you come to the slim waist and measure what we'll be using for the bust, for the breast cup, so that it should not be too big or to be too small. We use 2.5 for this person. 2.5. You rule it straight to the under bust. Then when you get to this under bust, you are going to cuff your hand a little so that it can give it a nice shape. Please make sure the shape where is not sharp corner, so that your breast pad will not be pointing like pencil. So this, if you have your French cuff, you can use it. So here, just measure a quarter inches, quarter an inch, and also give it a nice curve so it will not be too sharp in these bust points. Some people call shoulder to nipple, they call it bust points. This is a bust point. So the next thing you are going to do, you are already through with the breast cup now. So the next thing is to take your normal accurate measurements. Your normal measurements. So here will be the neck. I told you earlier that we are using 4.5. Here it's not up to 4.5 again. So you check what is here, 4, and we are using 4.5. You bring the 4 over here and mark the remaining inches that is remaining. So that is it. That one is giving us 4.5. Cut again. Having done that, this is what I explained earlier. I said you are going to measure the 4 inches. You are using 4.5. So here, what is remaining here is 4 inches. So the 4 inches, you bring it out and continue your measurement across this line. So this is where the 4.5 is. I hope you get it. This is where the 4.5 is. 4.5 is here. I hope you can see it. 4.5. This is where it is here. 4.5 is here. So you come to your armhole area and measure your bust. The bust is 36 divided by 4 to give us 9. Here is not up to 9. It's 3/3 that is remaining here. So you bring the 3/3 over and measure the 9. This is 9 here. Seam allowance 2 inches. Now what you get here, you are going to cuff it a little to this bust area. You cuff it a little. You've done that. So now you are coming to your slim waist area. Slim waist is 30 divided by 4, 7.5. So we also have 3/3 is what is there. So you continue your measurements. Then 7.5. Then you are going to add 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches, so that it can give your cloth a shape. 1.5 inches. So now we've done that. This is the body and this is the same allowance. Now once we cut our neck, remember we already take 4 inches up from the neck. 4 inches is out already. So you place your tape and continue the 4 inches and check the neck, depend on how you want the neck. So since we already use 4 inches up here, I'll just use 5 here so that the cloth will not be too open. Okay, 5. Then you shape it here. 5, meaning that is just half inches that I use for the neck area. So now we are going to cut it out so you can understand what I'm explaining. We are cutting out the breast pad area. We've cut out the fabrics. So you are cutting out the breast pad area. Please make sure your breast pad does not have a sharp corner. That's it. Yes. So you cut out the other side. So when you place it, this for the center, place it like this, you see, now assuming you are joining it now, it has already given the cloth a shape. Look at this is what I'm trying to explain. When you want to sew it, you open it like this. This for this side, this for this side, and the other one is here too. So that is for the normal regular bustier. You see the shape, you see the shape of my own. See it. So this is how to cut a regular bustier.